So when people ask me, hey Mel, when is the best time to travel to Japan? There is actually, it's a little bit difficult. There's no right or wrong, unless, there's one really wrong option, which is summer, unless you'd like it to be super sweaty all the time. So I don't know. So from my experience, honestly, it's not a very easy question to answer because it depends on your preferences. But like with summer, especially if you don't want to sweat and you want to do a lot of sightseeing and walking a lot, summer, so from July to September, Japan is something. I mean, Japan has actually perfect technology, like with these like cooling sheets and the cooling neck. They have like these necklaces, all the stuff. But you're still sweaty, and when you go into the train and you're sitting or standing next to people, you will see and feel and smell, hey, it's summer. But anyways, so then there are 3 seasons left. So spring, autumn, and winter. And for me, honestly, like, I'm a spring girl. I love spring in general, and so far I've been 3 times to Japan. Unfortunately, the first time was only during summer, so actually I came in August, 7 years ago, and Jesus Christ, it was hot. I didn't expect it to be that hot. And then the other time, 3 years ago, I came here during spring and spring and summer, which was half good. And then now it's been a whole year. So I've seen all the season. And to be fair, I still love spring the most. Spring is super nice, everything is starting blooming, and you probably heard of the sakura, and if not, here are some pictures of the sakura flowers, like cherry blossom trees, the national flower actually of Japan, so super nice. You have everywhere these nice parks, and you have like the so-called hanami, so you're just sitting underneath those trees and having a picnic, which is kind of cool. And then the problem here for me is, first of all, pollen. So if you're allergic, you will have a great time. So me going to the park with watery eyes and like a runny nose, but hey, all for the hanami. So, and then the biggest problem actually here with sakura season is the price. Because like, especially like Golden Week is also coming soon. It's always like 2 weeks, something about that, where Japanese people have like holidays. And so everyone is traveling within Japan and the prices go up. So this is also in spring season. So the spring season basically starts with cherry blossoms, and the cherry blossom season it's also very popular. Tourists from all over the world are coming. And the prices are high. And sometimes, I like traveling within Japan too. And I was checking just the prices because I wanted to do some day trips to Nikko or Hakone or like even to Kyushu. And usually it's not that expensive. So it's roughly 3 times the price. And I feel like, okay, I stay home. Whatever. And then after after the cherry blossom season, the Golden Week is coming soon too. So a lot of people are also on vacation and they travel a lot, which causes the prices to go up. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's actually like, honestly, if you really like, flowers blooming season, it's really nice and the temperatures are perfect. So I can go out with like my long sleeves, sometimes even a t-shirt and long pants, and I'm not sweating, I'm not cold. Perfect, honestly. And then, as I said, there is summer coming, and summer, man, I don't like ACs that much because I always catch a cold, but even I have to sleep with the AC on because it's so incredibly hot, which is okay, but in combination with the heat, it's also very, very humid. And so I don't know, there's really something about the Japanese humidity. I don't know. So when I curl my hairs, because sometimes I feel like, hey, I want to have some waves. Yeah, literally, if I'm out for 10 minutes, they're straight again, and I feel like waste of time. Anyways. And then there are 2 seasons left. So there is autumn and winter. And I have to say, winter is really not my cup of tea because it's getting really, really cold. And I would say the Japanese houses are not made for cold weather because the walls are kind of thin. So no offense, no hate, but I always have to put on the AC in heat mode, and it's always something around like 23, 22 degrees because it's really, really cold, and it's only warm in one place. But whatever. And I mean, winter season is phenomenal if you love skiing. So I would really recommend to go like to Hokkaido area, which is actually also like a secret spot during summer because there it's also not that hot in comparison. But also there are some ski resorts close to Tokyo, so it's actually really, really nice. So if you love skiing, and the price is like actually kind of cheap. And I mean, I know this because I was talking to a friend of mine, and she's a big snowboarder, and she literally snowboarded everywhere in the world. And I always felt like Switzerland is probably the most expensive place to ski. But no, apparently it's the US, and I was like shocked actually because the prices are so high. So she said she loved to come to Japan because the prices for skiing and the ski passes are really, really reasonable. So if you like skiing, or if you actually like the cold weather, perfect. And then we have autumn left. And honestly, autumn would be also my second favorite season because everything turns like golden and yellow and orange and red because, yeah, of course, after the blooming season and after the heat, well, the leaves gonna fall. And it's just really, really pretty because, yeah, the parks turn like super colorful. So autumn is really nice. Temperatures are good. And yeah, the prices are also actually not that high. It's like a little bit lower. So yeah, every season has their pros and cons, I'd say. I mean, one actually big pro I totally forgot. During winter season, traveling to Kyoto, for example, or Osaka is really, really, really cheap. Like, it's not the tourist season because tourist season is basically all over the year except for winter season. And I had this really good deal during January where I went to Kyoto and I only paid like for 3 nights in a hotel because it was so cheap, like $50, which is really good. And normally it's way more expensive. So if price is like a factor, like money, I would recommend going during winter, especially if you like the cold weather. But overall, I think, honestly, I would say like autumn is the best season to come to Japan because it's not super expensive like during spring. You don't have the heat from summer and you don't have the cold from winter. So, and it's also super colorful. And I have to say here, like honestly, like after being here for over a year, there are always festivals. There are always food festivals. There are always like kind of fireworks. There are always something cultural, let's say like some cultural stuff. So you never get bored. It's not like, oh yeah, you have to come in summer because there is the most going on, even though it's true, kind of. But even if you go, or even if you come during winter, yeah, there's still a lot to do. And maybe it's also kind of nice because when I was in Kyoto, there were less tourists and I felt like, that's so cool. I don't have to line up. But yeah, what do you think? Have you been to Japan throughout all season? And what's your favorite? Just write it down in the comments below. And this Saturday, actually, I will show you guys some nice hidden gems about the Sakura season where no one goes. So, until then, see you next week